last thing that I'm going to cover today is how to set up a trading journal. So the trading journal is important for a couple reasons. The benefits that you can get from a trading journal is it speeds up your learning curve because you're basically taking detailed notes of what you're doing. You're now creating a history of trades that you've taken and why. It builds confidence because you're able to see your personal trading experience, how many trades that you've won and lost. So the human psyche is kind of interesting. We take losses harder than we take wins. So you could be winning 60-70% of your trades and still feel like you're a bad trader because you're losing 30% of your trades. So it's really interesting keeping a journal about yourself to actually see your performance. And that will definitely build confidence. And as I said, it can give you personal trading statistics. So for instance, I found that I don't ever want to go against the market for me. The trading setups that I use in a bull market, I don't really like to take shorts because I realized that's where I was losing most of my money, if that makes sense. So you can find out where you're losing your most money and kind of adjust your trading plan accordingly. So maybe 90% of your losses are coming off of a certain trade setup or a certain stock or something that you're doing. You can flip through, and I suggest looking through your trading journal at least once a month if you're a pretty active trader, if not once a year. I use OneNote to document my trades. So that is a computer program. I used to keep it like a piece of paper or like an actual journal, but I found OneNote or keeping it electronically is a lot better. And one of the reasons why is because I like to include pictures of my marked up charts, dates, etc. I use TradingView for my marked up charts, and you can basically just save the entire image of a marked up chart and just kind of copy it over to your trading journal. So it makes it really easy. In that marked up chart, you want to make sure you have your stop loss, take profit, kind of located on the chart. So I use like a red line for my stop loss, and I'll label it stop loss. And then I'll do like a green line for my take profit. And then I'll have the marked up pattern. So if I was doing the channel, if I'm buying in at the lower support line of the channel, I would have my stop loss below, and I would have my take profit somewhere on the upper part of the channel. Also include economic or market conditions, so kind of what's going on. For instance, I placed a trade on steel, right, off the tariffs. It's not been doing too hot, I'm down like 5%, but the important thing is that I know why I took the trade and what was going on in the market at that particular time. So whenever I look back, I understand why I bought the trade and maybe why it didn't move the way I was expecting. And then also a summary of why you bought the asset. So write a detailed summary. I liked Steel Dynamics or Apple because they're making a new iPhone, and I think the iPhone is going to be a big hit, therefore I see an increase in earnings. Something like that, just why you bought the stock at that particular day. If you can, do technical, fundamental, or economic, depending on how advanced you are as a trader. And then also follow up at the end if it does hit your take profit or stop loss, how long it took to get there, the gain that you took or the loss that you took, and then some other notes if you're interested. This, I know, is a lot. Where me and Jonathan, I don't know if you know him, he's one of my officers, are setting up an investment fund, a club managed fund. And this is how we're going to be documenting all our trades that are done. So as a collective club, we will be documenting and have our own trading journal. So we can look back once a month or whatever and see how our trades are doing and why we're doing great or what we need to change. So this is kind of a fundamental part of improving your investing / trading. Do y'all have any questions about this? I have a small example that I found online of a day trader. So if you're an intraday trader, this is something that you can kind of expect your format to look like. Of course, you can personalize all of this. You can see he has a marked up chart here, something simple with just some simple moving averages, nothing too crazy. Since he's a day trader, he talks about pre-market outlook. So maybe he got up at 6 and looked at some world news, and these are kind of notes that he took before the market actually opened. And then here he's listed out the activities. So you can see, at 9:53, he's looking at interest rates, and at 10:30, He's saying that the market's still popping off and that what he sold and what time he sold it. And then after the close, what happened, his reviews on that, and same thing right here. So I do it a little bit different since I'm a swing trader. Mine's not going to be this detailed, of course. And you can level your detail and see what works for you. Some of y'all don't really care about today's activities or economic news or whatever. You just want to focus on your technical trading. You know, there's no right or wrong spot. The thing is, start documenting your trades whenever you can. And this will also start helping you build reputability. I kind of touched on this last time. If somebody asks you if you're a good trader or not, most of it's done by word of mouth. Yeah, I'm a great trader, and people just say, yeah, I made 60% off of this one trade. This is an actual book, kind of a, what is it called? Like a portfolio of all the trades, good or bad, that you've made. And you're going to have losing trades. That's okay. You don't need 100%. If you present this to somebody, it's going to just show the level of detail, and you can see your progress. This is not a short sprint. This is kind of a marathon type of skill. So don't get discouraged if you're making 5% after 2 years of investing. You're competing against people who have been doing this for 20, 30 years. So this is one of the things that took me a little bit longer to actually get on. I was like a year or two into investing before I actually started documenting my trades. So I highly suggest, if you're not doing anything else, you're trading, just to start your trading journal, because it will progress you that much faster. Any other questions, comments that y'all have about the presentation? What's up, Scott?
So you can copy and paste these infos just like right in there?
Yeah, so what I do is I have a TradingView account. You can create one through your Facebook, really easy. It's great for marking up price action or technical analysis. Then you can just save the picture and just kind of move it over. And that's the hardest part for that. That's why I kind of moved from paper to digital, so I could include my chart markups. Did one of y'all have a question, Jonathan or David? Okay. Awesome, thank you, man. I appreciate y'all coming and sitting in on this meeting. I know we all have a busy school schedule, and I really appreciate you taking the time to learn a little bit about investing. If you have any other questions, feedback, you can shoot me a text, email, or talk to me after. Thank y'all.